Welcome, everyone, to Lady Arcaders. It's been a hot minute since I've gotten to say hi to you all in this way, shape, or form, but it is pleasant to be back. Admittedly, I am coming hot off the surgery bed, so we're going to be a little mix of losing it a little bit and maybe a little bit in pain, but very excited. To start things off, just to get some housekeeping out of the way, first things first, tickets are on sale for Out of Bounds Toronto. If you haven't gotten them already, they are here. We got 2 whole days in Toronto, 15th and 16th, and you're not going to want to miss it. Trust me, I'll be there. All your friends are going to be there, and we're all going to peer pressure you to get the tickets. No. But it would be pleasant to see you stop by, of course. So you can head over to the Lady Arcaders website, go check out the page, see if you can grab some tickets if you plan on going, and if not, we'd be happy to have you watch anyways. Of course, we are on attract mode. We're live on Thursday and Sunday, 9 p.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern, respectively. It's always a pleasure to be around here. We got plenty of fun games to go around, so don't be afraid to stop by or even submit your own. We're always happy to have new people stop by, hang around. I've been here a while and I'm always happy to see new faces show up, of course. With all that out of the way, I'm happy to say we've got an absolute banger here. I have not played Banjo-Tooie in a hot minute. And I played Banjo-Kazooie somewhat recently, but I haven't touched Banjo-Kazooie in a hot minute, and I'm ready to get my fix. We've got Banjo-Tooie Archipelago Randomizer, two players, one banjo. Would our runners like to introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm MiaSchemes. I'm here to show off some banjo.
Hi, yes, I am threepup. I am also here to show off some banjo.
But oh no, there's only supposed to be one banjo. Are you? Which one of us is Kazooie?
That's a question, but I thought I was playing banjo.
I thought I would. Well, there's only one banjo, so it's time to both control banjo.
Yeah, I guess so. But before that, can our lovely commentators introduce themselves?
Of course. Hi, I'm Andromeda. Happy to chat about this game for a little bit.
And I'm RadiantLumina, and I'm happy to talk about this game too.
Alrighty. I think with that, we're just about ready to go. We'll start explaining some things as we get going into the run, but before we start that, Andromeda, could you give us a countdown?
Of course. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Alrighty, so what do we mean when we say 2 players, 1 banjo? It's like, you can't play...
Well...
Yeah. I'll let you explain.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Well, so you may notice that immediately we're both going in different directions. This is because we are both connected to the same room slot in Archipelago, meaning that anything that Threep collects, I don't have to, and anything I collect, Threep doesn't have to. We started with Talon Trot. Let's go.
I'm going to pause myself for just a second. I don't think I'm sending out items.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Pay no attention. Mia, please.
Shall I just keep going then?
Yeah,
or shall I wait for you?
Oh, wait, no, wrong.
You're gonna have to probably restart your whole like setup to make that work.
Probably, but we will try again. Just real quick. Okay, yeah. I will probably, I'll reset my game real quick.
Yeah. I'm gonna continue. So I'll kind of talk about what we're doing. So, because this is using Archipelago, we are playing on a randomizer. So all the collectibles are randomized, including the feather and egg nests. and we are looking for not only our Banjo-Tooie moves, but also all of the moves learned in Banjo-Kazooie. And this includes the move from the very beginning of the game, called Tall Jump, which most players don't even know. Talon Trot.
Alright, we are so back.
So
Hello, everyone. Hi.
let's go. Hi, welcome back. All right, now it's 2 players, 1 banjo.
Yeah.
So, eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed, we unlocked the first world, which is Hailfire Peaks. So after we're done running around in this little area, one of them is going to head over to there and start getting checks in that area.
That is going to be threepup, because she loves Hailfire Peaks, don't you?
Ow! Yeah, that's one of the perks of playing this game as a co-op game. We can split ourselves up that way and do some parallel processing, where like one player can go clean up some checks in one level, and someone else can go somewhere else. And now we're basically accomplishing twice as much in the same amount of time. Okay. Well, that's probably fine. Mia, am I explaining one of these traps that keep ailing us?
Yeah, so the first trap you might have noticed back while Threep's game was broken, and why I'm 1 health right now, is a squish trap, where the Stompadom foot from Pterodactyland comes out of nowhere and squishes you and puts you to 1 health, or kills you if you're at 1 health. The second trap that we ran into, where Banjo and Kazooie kind of just like ate dirt suddenly, is a trip trap. That's the most common one that you'll see. And finally, the most recent one we've seen so far is a slip trap. There's a few traps that exist in the archipelago that we do not have enabled, because all they kind of do is waste time. So all of the traps that exist instead will be ones that are kind of fun to see. We just picked up another trap called the Golden Egg Nest, so you'll see in the top right corner of our screen that we have a golden egg for a timer. This means that we're not actually able to use any other eggs until that timer runs out.
Before we continue, Mia, should I just go straight to Hellfire Peaks?
Yeah, I'll take care of Clifftop and Plateau.
Cool.
Hopefully we can find the other level in the meantime.
And then before we get too carried away, just for folks at home who maybe have not played many, if any, randomizers, you will hear us refer to things as checks. That is any item that we can pick up that is a randomized item. So like egg nests, jiggies, note nests, those are all checks and are randomized into a pool by the Archipelago client. We're using the Archipelago client because it lets us connect 2 players to the same randomized seed, and off to the side we have a little Archipelago client which is telling us what we're picking up when we are grabbing things.
We also have a pop tracker open, which is a little... some folks who often play randomizers may already know what pop tracker is, but it is a program, a third-party software that communicates with the Archipelago server and tells this program where the players are and shows which checks haven't been collected yet and where they are and so on. I'm actually one of the devs of the Banjo-Tooie pop tracker. It's been a lot of fun to work on it.
Oh, really? That's actually so exciting. And thank you for your service.
I put weeks, months into this.
It was months of effort.
I keep thinking it's weeks, and then I'm like looking at the amount of time I spent, and I'm like, oh, actually, it's not March anymore, is it?
Yeah, you've been working on that for like 3.5 months at this point, easily.
Time isn't real.
Speaking of things that aren't real, did I see that you got both Humblebee and the first progressive advanced egg gaming already?
Yes, we did.
That's pretty great. That's off to a good start.
Humba B is the transformation of Cloud Cuckoo Land, and it's a very important transformation because Cloud Cuckoo Land is a very, very horrible level to navigate without it. One thing that the Archipelago does, quality of life feature, is an instant transform anywhere in a level, provided you've gone to Humba's Wigwam already. So being able to just quick swap back and forth into something that can fly is pretty rad.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, we opened Glitter Gulch Mine, so I'm going to go in there. As soon as I get in the level, I'm going to Death Warp back to literally where I'm already standing, because I don't want to run around the level with 1 HP. And this is one of the quality of life features of Archipelago, is I can use the menu to just die and respawn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll be using that a lot for Death Warping. There's also an option to warp back to Jinjo Village.
That won't be used a lot as well, because sometimes it's a little difficult to exit out of these levels because they're very long and winding.
What attack moves do we have?
Hailfire,
Wonderwing and Egg Shoots, and that's it.
Yep. So yeah, while walking around here, Hellfire Peaks. I don't like this level, but its big gimmick is that it is split into two halves, ice side and a lava side. Both sides have a boss that, in order for us to count it as a complete boss kill for our objective, which I don't know if we mentioned, hey, our objective for this randomizer is to kill 4 of the game's 8 bosses. So in order to get credit for defeating the boss of Hellfire Peaks, we need to defeat both the Fire Dragon, who I don't remember his name, and the Ice Dragon, who I also don't remember his name. Well, I remember their names, but it's Chili Willy and Chili Billy. I just don't know which one's which.
Chili Billy is the fire dragon because it's supposed to be like chili peppers. There is apparently like a brand of hot sauce or something called Chili Billies or something. I was Googling it the other day, and I don't know. It's something. And then Chili Willy is supposed to just be cold, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, need to defeat both those dragons. And until we do, both dragons are going to be throwing fireballs and ice balls at me until they're defeated, which makes this level somehow worse to navigate. But it's fine.
We do have ice eggs.
Yeah.
But we don't have fire eggs or any way to get to either of those dragons, so there's nothing we can do about them just yet.
Yeah, one thing that we're going to be looking out for during the course of this randomizer is all of the items that we need to defeat the various bosses. Each boss basically has its own set of requirements. Some needing more or less items than others. And there are some bosses that are more likely to be seen just because their requirements are so low versus other bosses that need a lot more going on.
It is probably worth mentioning at this point that we do have someone vetting our seeds. Thank you, Violet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would sometimes have seeds where the game expects us to defeat Weldar, which requires a lot of moves, is deep in grunty industries, and nobody wants that in a speedrun.
No.
So we just make sure that can't happen.
Yeah. Yep, one of the nice things about being able to vet a seed is we can vet out things that we just don't want to see because they're just too tedious. Weldar being one of those things. Other things to mention of note, as in these early opening levels here. I guess I don't know if we've ever mentioned clearly what is all randomized in this game.
I did at the beginning, but it's worth mentioning again. All of the collectibles, so the jiggies, the notes, the empty honeycombs, the Cheeto pages, even the doubloons, the Jinjos, all sorts of stuff. And for Banjo-Kazooie fans, the stop and swap items are also randomized.
Shout outs to stop and swap. For those...
We're getting a bunch of trip traps. This is pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... okay, there we go.
Now, for a little bit of context for the blessedly uninitiated, stop and swap, as originally envisioned in this game, is the same technology that you'll see speedrunners using in like Ocarina of Time code execution manipulations. wherein you'd put in the Banjo-Kazooie cartridge, do a couple of things in it, activate an item, and then stop and swap to the Banjo-Tooie thing cartridge on your N64, and it would be able to still access that memory. They ended up taking it out of the original release of the game because Nintendo was a little bit upset and didn't want people using their console in that way in an official capacity.
Yep.
Which is fun that that's now just part of the Ocarina randomizer.
Yep.
Or not randomizer, but like Ocarina runs.
I think it's also... I might be wrong, but if I remember correctly, there's something similar with the way the Banjo-Kazooie any percent speedruns work. In order to start with all of the moves of the game, you do some shenanigans in Grunty's Furnace Fun, and then go back to the beginning of the game in a new save or something, and then you just start the game with all the tutorial moves, and you don't have to worry about having to do all of Spiral Mountain.
Yep.
Now, Mia, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is Grunty's Furnace Fun from the first game, is that just Grunty Industries at home?
Grunty's Furnace Fun is that weird board game over lava thing that you saw before. It is the trivia section of the game right before Grunty.
Ah, excellent. Yes.
Tower of Tragedy is Banjo-Tooie's version of that. However, we do not encounter it because the Grunty fight is really not fun to play. So instead, we skip it, and we just defeat 4 of the level bosses instead of Grunty. Unfortunately, aiming at Grunty is a very, very difficult thing to do, even on original hardware.
Yeah.
So, we try to avoid it if possible. Let's see if I can do this room in the dark. I'll give it one try, and if I don't make it, then... So far, so good. Oh, I can't see.
For the viewers at home, no, I don't know what just happened with me in the lava, but we're okay. Moving on.
Reminder that you can use Wonder Wing to not only negate lava damage, but also fall damage. Wonder Wing is really good.
Yeah, I should use Wonder Wing more. Hellfire Peaks is a level.
This is terrifying. All right, we made it. Let's go.
Threepup, I love that Grunty is popping up in the corner of the screen to sing rhymes for you about your skill issue. She's a little bit toxic in this game.
That is
Like,
actually a feature added by the Randomizer devs.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's so perfect. That makes
She's
me
a
so
little
Now that I'm-
salty about being a skeleton.
Now that I'm on the team, I can also try and come up with funny ones if I want any added. I haven't been struck by any inspiration yet, but the option is there. And that's pretty cool. I'm almost done with Glittergulch Mine.
I'm almost done with
And
Homicide.
yeah, so I'm going to be heading over your way.
Ah, no! No! What a bad trip trap!
What did that do to you?
Knocked me off of where I was on the side of the mountain.
Oh, excellent. I have one check left to get in this level, and then I'm joining you in Hailfire Peaks.
Ah!
You can join Threepup in the same lava pool. Perfect.
Sure can.
Ah.
So first I'm going to go get the checks that unlocked in Plateau, and then I'm going to go join her in the one level. We usually try and, well, we prefer for this to not happen, but sometimes the game bottlenecks you like this, and that's just part of the planning. That's why we have the pop tracker, so we can see what's already collected and what we don't have to collect anymore.
I'm hopping over to Ice Side.
Sounds good. If we find grenade eggs or clockwork kazooie eggs, I'll go right over to MiaSchemes Temple.
Would now be a good time to hint for that?
Oh, yeah, that's maybe a good idea. Lumi, would you please hint grenade eggs?
Yeah.
And we'll kind of
Okay.
talk about what that means.
Yeah.
So Archipelago, as a randomizer, allows you to hint for stuff after you collect a certain number of checks. In our settings, so Boggy's Igloo Note 2,
Alright,
Threep,
I'll
that's
make
where,
my way over there.
yeah, head over there first, and then I can go to MiaSchemes Temple.
Believe in me with
So
Hellfire Peaks.
because of the hints, we can kind of target where we want, like where we're looking for certain things in a randomizer, and that's really good for showcases and speedrun stuff or marathons, because it kind of reduces the amount of pure random you have to handle, which keeps the estimate pretty. It keeps the estimate pretty good,
Keeps
pretty
it
short,
low and keeps it consistent, which is nice.
consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
And I'm in a support role, so I can do the hinting while they keep playing.
Yeah.
So they don't need to
Yeah.
stop.
I wonder if I can clip into this. Let's find out.
Um,
While we're waiting for the grenade eggs.
While I am going here, I am also doing some quick prep work here.
Awesome. Got it.
Yeah, so one of the things we can do in some of these levels is we can go out of our way to prep some of the preliminary steps that we are going to need in order to fight the boss. So right here, I'm using the Ice Dragon to uncover these shoes here. These are the Claw Climber boots that, if we unlock them, can be used to go fight the boss later.
So, I'm actually not doing any of that for that same reason, because there's no reason for us to both prep the same bosses.
Yeah.
So, since Threep is going to be doing the Hellfire Peaks bosses, I don't need to do them. Instead, I'm going to hang out here until she gets the grenade eggs, because you should be really close to that, hopefully.
This is always my weakness in this level, is knowing how to get to the lower area from the upper area, so give me just a second.
Ah, gotcha.
But I'll be
Let's see if there's something else I can do in the meantime, then.
There's a couple of checks I left over there.
I will go over to the notes by the path here. Actually, I'm going to do that with new health.
I don't know why.
So you have to go up from the Claw Clamber area to the upper area.
Okay.
And then there's a path that slopes downwards, and that's how you get there.
Okay.
Hailfire Peaks is a little bit of a troublesome level to navigate.
Yeah. Okay, we found it. There's
It is no Grunty Industries, however.
Yeah, the ice side here has two distinct levels, and for some reason to get between the two upper and lower levels, there's only one way to go. And for some reason, it's always hard to find. Oh, hey, there's grenade eggs.
Yep, I'm heading right over.
Ah!
As soon as I got out of the lava, I tripped. That was pretty good timing. So, now is a good time to talk about backdoor access. One of the settings you can turn on in your YAML for this is backdoors. So, a fun thing that having that setting on does is it kind of makes it a lot more like a Metroidvania. So, I can now go in this little area of Hailfire Peaks, and ta-da, I'm in Mayhem Temple. Now, you can do that in the vanilla game. However, what backdoors open as a setting does is it means if I am able to get to this section of the level from Mayhem Temple, I can go back the other way to Hellfire Peaks.
Yeah, it's one of the interesting aspects of Banjo-Tooie as a vanilla game is the interconnectedness of the world. It makes for a really interesting randomizer because of what Mia mentioned, where suddenly now every level except for one notable one, which, hey, Cloud Cuckoo Land. I guess I'm going there next. Every level except for Cloud Cuckoo Land has backdoor access to another level of some sort, which means you can, even if you don't have access to that level, you by official means, by the level granting it to you, you could still make your way over there, which makes it a really interesting randomizer.
It's fun too because there's some interesting combinations of items. There's not just one thing that you can use to possibly get through some of them. So,
yeah, one of
there's
the
a lot
things
options.
that drew me to randomizers in the first place was watching Link to the Past runs. And one of the things that I really loved about Link to the Past was that a lot of the items have kind of overlapping, but not exactly the same tool sets. So there's a lot of different ways to get places and do things and fight stuff. But I am not good at A Link to the Past, and not really wanting to try and get better at it. It's like almost the game for me, but not quite. But for some reason, Banjo-Tooie hits that spot perfectly. And the moveset in Banjo-Tooie is very similar in the sense that you can do a lot of cool shenanigans. However, I also just love playing it a lot.
Yep.
If you told me a year ago that my new favorite game, especially as a randomizer, is going to be a 3D platformer, I would have told you there's no way. But here we are.
I guess I should.
We found Tall Jump. Let's go.
I should have realized that we don't actually have access to Cloud Cuckoo Land yet, but I'm still gonna do some. I'm gonna try to get access to.
Oh yeah, what are we?
I'm gonna go to Pine Grove at least.
Lumi, would you please hint Chuffy?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, because we're talking about Metroidvania stuff of this game, let's talk about what Chuffy is. We need Witchy World for that.
Witchy World. Mm-hmm.
If we have enough points, can you hint Progressive Flight? I think I... Oh, we have Beakbuster. I can get up here. So, Hailfire Peak's Icicle Grotto. Oh no.
I guess I could have done that, but.
So that one's kind of an awkward one, I think. You have to... Oh, we have Tall Jump now, so you can actually go up the shock spring pads. So I don't think you could have done that until right now, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I've already kind of started making progress over to. Pine Grove. So I'll do the Pine Grove stuff and get the teleporter, and then I'll head over there.
Okay. I did already get all of the... Oh, we have fire eggs. Okay. Good call.
Yeah. We don't have first-person gaming, right? So I have to do this the hard way.
No.
Yep, sure.
You have to do it the hard way.
Alright, here's a... I'm not as good at this trick as Mia is, but I'm going to show off this trick to get us access to another part of the hub world a little earlier. Not quite.
We don't have... We don't have any way to swim yet, either. This is a little weird. So I'm gonna have to go underwater here by doing a ground pound. And then just kind of wiggle. Wiggle Banjo.
I love the wiggle strats, yeah.
Come on. Come on, Banjo.
Alright, cool. We got it. That wasn't that bad. So yeah, normally you're supposed to have the ability to shoot in first person to hit that switch with fire eggs. But if you talon trot on top of that hill and then kind of slide down a little bit and then aim near the switch and shoot your fire egg, you can just hit it that way.
Come on, Banjo, I believe in you.
It is a thing.
Alright, we made it.
Good wiggling.
Oh, we have a Beakbuster. Hey. Cool.
Yeah. I actually got the Beakbuster from the Waterfall Jinjo in Hailfire Peaks.
Cool thing that we'll show off during the run. A trick that you viewers can do at home. It's really easy. If you want to never take fall damage ever again in Banjo-Tooie, before you fall off of the ledge, Beakbuster, and then from the Beakbuster, fall off the ledge, and you will be immune to fall damage.
You're also not just immune to fall damage. While you're in the recoil of Beakbuster, you're immune to all damage, apparently.
Oh, fascinating.
I don't know if that's really helpful to anyone, but, like, it's cool. I'm gonna head back to Hellfire Peaks since you're doing Pine Grove stuff.
Yep. One thing to note, so we've mentioned a bit about the YAML. What that refers to is just the list of settings for our randomizer, for those who haven't done archipelago stuff. And one of the things we can do in our YAML, beyond what we've already talked about, we can actually set certain checks to be priority, which means they are guaranteed to have important items on them.
Uh-oh, slip trap.
Yeah, we're gonna... Oh. Yeah.
Come on,
Can I make
don't
my-
fall off.
can I make
Alright,
my-
we're good.
My... Oh, my big stuck. Okay, never mind. Oh, I have a slip trap. Never mind. Okay, we're just it's fine. We're just gonna go back to Jinjo Village. It's fine. Other things to clean up before. Yeah. Oh yeah, slip trap. Ah. Okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, we have some checks set to priority, namely all the silos. The silos that normally you learn your moves from. You need a certain number of notes to get a move from jam jars. First off, those note requirements are all randomized. And then, second off, we have set those all to also be important items. So, getting to those silos is a pretty decent priority because we can guarantee there's going to be something useful at these silos. It may not be
notably
progression,
they're all
but
purple items.
yeah.
Yeah, so they're all purple items, which are items that Archipelago deems as progression, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be useful.
Yeah.
It does, however, mean they have a higher chance of being useful, so we
Yeah.
do want to seek out the silos, as Threep was saying.
On that note, I'm grabbing the cliff-top silo right now.
Alright. I am now on Ice Side for Hellfire Peaks, so I'm going to head over to the Icicle Grotto and do some of the checks in there.
Well,
When did we get split up? I don't like split up.
we have split up.
Yeah, we've had split up for a little while now.
Oh no.
So, this is something we're gonna get to show everyone. Split up is a new move introduced in Banjo-Tooie. It doesn't exist in Banjo-Kazooie. And it allows the duo to split up, literally. And that means you can control Banjo solo or Kazooie solo. It is kind of a fever dream. It's very weird. Kazooie is fast. Banjo is slow. Banjo can only do things with his backpack, and because Kazooie's a girl boss, she can just do whatever she wants. She's awesome.
Yeah. We love the girl boss.
There's
here,
Humba
right?
Dragon. We got Bill Drill, which gives us...
Fascinating.
What does Bill Drill give us?
Ah.
Bill Drill gives us a few more checks in Glitter Gulch Mine. I don't think it actually does anything for us. I'm going to do something fun. Normally use Shock Spring Pad up these, but like I want to show off a cool thing that was discovered recently. You can jump up this way instead. Is this Chuffy? Progressive Flight.
I think I'm gonna backtrack to Spiral Mountain.
Yeah, good idea. There's a bunch of checks in Grunty's lair, which is, if anybody recognizes from the first game, Grunty's lair is just a ruined mess now.
Yep.
I actually can't go this way, can I?
I'm gonna go unlock Humba Dragon first, and then I'm gonna...
Okay. I'm going back to Glitter Gulch Mine.
Okay.
This is proving to be a very weird seed.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm going back to. I'm going to go back to Mayam Temple because I can get to Pterodactyland now, which will get me to. We have to go from. Oh wow, this is awkward.
So hi, I have Humba Dragon now. So this is normally not accessible in the vanilla game, right? Yeah.
Correct. You can in the Xbox Live Arcade version.
Yeah.
But Humba Dragon is the transform that is locked behind the stop and swap stuff, which means although it was made for the N64, you actually couldn't get it because, as mentioned before, Nintendo told them, no, don't do that.
One of the perks of big perks of Humba Dragon is that it gives Kazooie infinite fire eggs. It also gives Kazooie a fire breath attack if we can find that move in the game.
The infinite fire eggs is pretty useful if we ever have to fight like targets and don't have any other eggs, for example. Otherwise, it's just kind of a nice quality of life. And since Threep is going to be fighting the Dragon Brothers, one of them requires fire eggs. That's a good fight to have infinite ammo on.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is something to talk about. As we start getting into this beginning of this seed here, we're going to start thinking about what bosses we want to be fighting, what bosses we're planning towards. Right now, the only accessible levels we have are Hailfire Peaks and go to Gulch Mine. And go to Gulch Mine.
We can get MiaSchemes Temple access from Hailfire Peaks,
and
we
Temple
can
access,
and Pterodactyl Land from MiaSchemes Temple, and Cloud Cuckoo Land from Pterodactyl Land. So that's what I'm going to go do right now.
Oh, TDL's open now? Oh, okay.
Yes. Lumi, would you please hint Clock Clamber Boots? Because that would give Threep access to the Dragon Brothers.
That is Hailfire
Inside
Peaks
the Volcano Honeycomb. That's not too bad to get. So Threep, whenever you do go back to whenever you do go back to Hailfire Peaks, you can just get that and then fight the dragons.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll clear out Spiral Mountain, and then I'll go back to Hailfire Peaks and go fight the dragons. So that's already one of our bosses planned, 1 of 4. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Mia hinted the Claw Climber boots, which I'll need for the Dragon Brothers, but another item we might be hinting later is the Springy Step Shoes, because that will give us the Terry boss fight.
I cannot hit these today for some reason. Come on, eggs. Just go into the mouth, thank you.
Ah, a Cheeto.
No!
A trip trap
No!
for Cheeto!
That knocked me off the temple, and I have to go back up.
Yeah.
So I have to fly back to the MiaSchemes Temple thing to get to Pterodactyl Land.
Oh no!
Thankfully, warps exist. I didn't get the entrance warp. All right, well, this is terrible.
These are some incredibly timed trip traps tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Banjo-Tooie Randomizer has some really great comedic timing.
That's one of the reasons I really love this randomizer. I'm gonna get the warp pad here now, just in case that happens again. If Threep gets a trip trap while I'm midair, it will just completely put me on the ground, which is really, really funny to see as well.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Where was Tuffy? It is Witchy World?
Yes.
We don't have Humba T-Rex. Okay, so we have no access to Witchy World still, so that's gonna have to be a later thing.
Another perk of playing co-op like this is that 2 brains are better than 1 brain. And
now I'm starting to feel like it's just your brain. I just fell off the temple.
Oh no!
Like on my own. I swear I'm good at this game, everyone.
You are.
Yeah.
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 Now, Mia,
Yeah.
some folks have said that all roads lead to Witchy World, which is largely true, but in the specific context of this game, there's really only a couple ways to get there, right? Because you can kind of do a thing from Pine Grove, sort of, but you have to open
really
a gate.
quickly. Sorry, I have to interject. We're doing the moment. I've never seen this before. I took so long to open all these mouths that they're all open again, and I have to do them all again. I've actually never seen this before. I didn't know this was a thing.
She said the thing, everyone!
She said it!
But to answer your question, yes. So the only way to actually enter Witchy World is, like from the front entrance, is by having it unlocked, and that's true for leaving the level as well. There's a gate, so you can't just go in or out. You have to actually have the level unlocked. However, you can get to Witchy World from 2 other ways. One of them is from Glitter Gulch Mine, if we have Humba Detonator, which we don't. And the other is from Pterodactyl Land, if we have both Humba T-Rex and Mumbo Enlarge. Now, we do have Mumbo Enlarge, but we don't have Humba T-Rex yet.
We need the
So we either need Humba
right?
T-Rex or Humba Detonator to get to Witchy World. What was that?
We need a T-Rex roar as well, right?
No. So, the T-Rex roar is only for if you're baby T-Rex.
Oh.
Daddy T-Rex, which is the canonical name for it, by the way. Daddy T-Rex does not need the roar item. Daddy T-Rex just knows how to roar.
I don't like that sentence.
No, it's true. That's canon.
Andromeda did look that up yesterday.
I have
Alright.
spent More time than I'm willing to admit doing research on a 25-year-old video game.
Yes, this video game is 25 years old, by the way. It's older than probably some of our viewers.
Ah!
And it's the sequel.
Ah! I don't like this fact.
threepup, if it makes you feel better, Banjo's first appearance in video games was actually not in the first game either. It was all the way back in 1997 in Diddy Kong Racing, at the tail end of the 1900s.
That's right.
I don't like that either.
Does this mean that Banjo is a millennial?
I think it means Banjo
'Cause he
is
wasn't-
a millennial, like I am.
No, he was an adult in Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh yeah, you're so right, actually.
All right, be honest, chat. How many of you did we turn to dust?
I'm gone. That's for sure.
Ah, the trip trap! What a bad trip trap.
I just found Springy Step Shoes. So if we can get there's a Cloud Cuckoo Land and Pterodactyl Land egg aiming, which will put Terry in logic.
Yes.
Right of Wall with Holes, I can get that. Jelly Castle Egg Nest, I can get that too. So, what does the last one need?
Yeah.
Move Silo and Isle of Hags requires so make a mental note. As soon as we get 315 notes, chat. As soon as we get 315 notes, we're in go mode.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, reason being is we already have Springy Step Shoes, plus Talon Prot, which will let us to get to Terry. However, we can't yet fight Terry because we don't have egg aim, so we have to get a few more progressive advanced egg aimings for that. But those we know where those are.
Oh, okay. We're still back, actually? Okay.
And threepup is already on her way, I think, to try and get to the dragons.
Yeah, we're trying our best.
Cloud Cuckoo Land is open, which means Mingy Jongo is accessible.
Yes.
And with those 3 bosses, we would only need 1 more. Target Zan, the boss in Mayhem Temple, requires 4 progressive advanced egg aims, and the last one of those requires 315 notes. So the moment we get those notes, chat, it's go mode.
Yeah, alright. Dang.
Yeah.
Question, the honeycomb inside the volcano, should I be Kazooie for that?
If you can do the jiggy, ow.
Okay.
It's squish.
If you can do the jiggy, you should be able to jump there.
Can I?
Actually,
That's a big jump.
we don't have Flutter or Air Rat, do we?
Yeah. It's green.
Yeah, I think you have to be Solo Kazooie.
Okay.
Because Solo Kazooie... So Solo Banjo and Solo Kazooie all have their own movesets. Solo Banjo also has the benefit of always starting with Flat Flip. And Kazooie gets Talon Prot and Flutter. We're just looking for notes. This is crazy.
Shout outs to Dragon
already
Kazooie, by the way.
almost there.
I love that, like, she becomes a dragon, her voice deepens, she gets a little weird in her gender, and we love that for her.
Good for her.
Yeah. And she's a dragon! Oh no, I fell in the lava again. Platforming is difficult sometimes, you know? Okay.
Yeah.
An annoying thing about Split Up is not only do you split up Banjo and Kazooie, you also split up their health pools.
That was a design choice of all time.
Yeah, it's a
It
thing.
certainly was.
So you'll notice that instead of having 6 HP like I was before, I only have 3. It's a thing. But we're going to
So,
hopefully make our way over to this honeycomb here, which will give us access to that
missed.
boss fight.
Yeah.
Way at the beginning of this showcase, or maybe it was before the showcase started, I can't remember. I had mentioned that we're a lot better at this than we used to be, so we're probably going to be well underestimate. And this seems to be proving true. We're going to be beating this in actually record time.
Yeah. Sometimes we're good at the video game.
There's one of the progressive advanced egg games.
Okay, well.
No! 3, I'm sorry!
Well.
That Slip Trap heard you saying we're gonna beat this game in record time and was like, oh, don't worry, I can help with the estimate.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm just gonna keep. Oh yeah, by the way, it's like low oxygen in here, so like, you know. Okay, Claw Clamber's good. Okay, cool.
I am now heading over to Cloud Cuckoo Land to get the 3rd progressive advanced egg gaming.
Yep.
Which I can do with Humba and I will also defeat Mingy Jongo while we're there.
Cool. I'm just gonna go go kill the Dragon Brothers now, and I'll do up more checks later.
Ah!
In terms of bosses,
Camera got all
do we
weird.
know who our 4 bosses are?
We sure do. So the Dragon Brothers is 1 boss, even though there's 2 of them, it counts as 1. Mingy Jongo in Cloud Cuckoo Land is number 2. While I'm in Cloud Cuckoo Land, I will be picking up the 3rd progressive advanced egg gaming, which gives us egg aim. And since we have that and Springy Step Shoes, that gets us Terry from Pterodactyl Land.
Alright.
And finally, the 4th progressive advanced egg gaming, which gives us Breagle Blaster, or as I like to call it, the Goldeneye mode.
Okay.
That is at 315 notes. So chat, we are 50 notes away from go mode.
Cool beans. In terms of... That was a... Oh my goodness.
It sounds like Threep's having a good time.
Fun fact about this video game, like, fall damage is, like, stored. So, like, even if you take damage through, like, you know, falling through lava, the game will remember how much you've fallen, and as soon as you're done recovering from the lava, you'll just take more damage again. It's cool. Oh, goodbye!
To add to that, I discovered yesterday, yesterday while practicing, I did not know this was a thing before that. Not only is fall damage stored in the way that Threep just mentioned, but if you have Grip Grab, which is the ledge grabbing ability, and you grab onto a ledge mid-big fall, which will prevent your fall. It like halts your momentum, you're holding onto the ledge. The moment you let go of that ledge and land, you take all the fall damage. Alright, so this is Mumbo's skull because there is a Minjo in here. I have to go find the 1 of 2 randomized Mumbo skulls in this level to go find fake Mumbo, because that's Mingy Jongo. We're gonna go kill a robot Mumbo for some reason. This whole level, Cloud Cuckoo Land, you can kind of see it as I'm flying around right now. It's just like random objects, like a trash can, and there's like a cheese wedge, and a jelly castle. It just... I mean, absolutely no shade to ROM hackers, but this level feels like it was made in a ROM hack and not like the actual game.
Mia, would you just look at that? It's your favorite level, Grunty Industries.
Yes, we will not actually be dipping into Grunty Industries.
Okay. So I can't fight this boss for 35 seconds because of the golden egg trap we just found.
For that same reason, I'm not going to go fight Mingy Jongo, and I'm instead going over to the Jelly Castle to get the egg nest.
Quick little fun note while I wait here. There's actually a quick kill for this boss. If you spam the egg shoot really quickly, you actually shoot out, because like normally you're supposed to shoot 1 egg, then the cannons will fall down, and you have to dodge a bunch of attacks, and then it comes back up, and then you shoot over and over again. You can actually shoot multiple eggs in 1 cycle to actually kill this boss a lot quicker.
The first of those two will let you at most do 2 at a time.
Yeah.
And then the second is 3 at a time, which is really good because the second one takes 12 hits.
Okay.
It would be really slow without that.
I fell off, so I have to. Okay.
So another fun fact while we're looking at these Dragon Brothers on Threep's screen,
Well, I make my way back
their entire reason for fighting Banjo and Kazooie is you show up and they're hangry. They ordered pizza. They're mad that you didn't bring them the pizza. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair.
The lore of this game is honestly astoundingly good, yeah.
To be fair, if I was expecting a pizza, like, I get it.
And a bear and a bird showed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You can't fault them.
Yeah. This checks out to me.
All right. This is Mingy Jongo, the fake robot Mumbo. Ooh,
Okay.
you got me.
I will
Just remembered I don't have all my health upgrades, so I can't be as reckless as I normally am. So we're just gonna grab this extra health here.
restarting this boss fight because depth perception
That
can
didn't
be a
work.
problem sometimes.
If I run in circles like this, I can dodge his attacks. Alright, we're back. Oh, that one's not good.
So yeah, this is the basic gist
So-
of both these fights. I'm going to be shooting as many eggs as I can in one cycle, and then dodging the dragon with its tongue out while I make my way over to the next cannon. That's pretty much it. And that's the first phase, quote unquote. Basically, the first time
Damn it.
playing against the dragon is the tutorial for the second boss, which will be much harder. But, okay.
So that is Mingy Jongo down. That was a lot messier than my normal forum, but we'll take it.
Well, first of 4 bosses.
Yeah.
After I'm done with Dragon Brothers, where do you want me, Mia?
Would you prefer to fight Targetzan or Terry?
I can be Terry.
Alright, so I will head to Targetzan.
Okay.
Oh, I do already have the top to Terry warp pad, but I guess you also haven't gone to... Oh, no, I need to do Terry, because the only way to Pterodactyl land is through Miahem Temple, and you would have to open up that whole thing.
Okay. So I'll do Target.
So you have to go to Miahem Temple through Hailfire Peaks for Targetzan.
Okay, I can do that. After that, so once I'm done with Dragon Brothers, we'll just do like velocity of checks then to get.
Yeah, we are 40 notes away from the 4th one. Oh yeah, you're right. We don't have the last one yet.
Yeah, we do.
We have 3 progressive advanced eggings, so we need.
So,
I'll hit a bunch of pterodactyl land checks
Yeah.
then.
one thing we will refer to is we'll call it velocity of checks. It's just if we know we need something, but we don't necessarily need something very specifically, we'll just hit an area that has the most available checks that we can grab in the quickest manner possible. I went down the wrong way.
In hindsight, I actually probably should have done Cloud Cuckooland, because I could get a whole lot of checks as the bee. But I kind of don't really like spending a lot of time in that level, so...
Yeah, it's a
Where was Chuffy again? Witchy World?
Witchy World.
Are we not even going to go into Witchy World this seed?
Probably not. No.
Maybe we have to add a few more rules to the seed vetting just to make it a little bit more cursed than this. This seed was really good.
Yeah.
This is like astoundingly uncursed, yeah.
Yeah.
So, using the claw climber boots here to walk up this mountainside to the next half of the Dragon Brothers. This fight will go mostly the same, but you'll get to see now instead of doing 2 hits in one cycle, I will be doing 3, which will mean we take like normally a 12 cycle fight, which is a little obnoxious, and turning it into a 4 cycle fight. Alright, I got one of them. Yee. Okay. Alright.
Threep is really good at that dragon fight. I am not good at it. Oh, I'm busy looking at her screen. I need to pay attention to my own game.
Honestly, very understandable mistake. I'm making it right now as we speak.
Yee. Okay, we're fine. Ah, okay, maybe we're less fine.
So anyone who's watching my stream right there, I just used the Beakbuster recoil to fall all the way down a cliff and took no damage because of it. And we are going to warp up to Terry, top of the mountain.
And
We're gonna
that's
beat him up,
That's a perfect
have
fight.
a long
Let's go.
cutscene. Let's go!
Very nice.
So now it's time for velocity of checks.
Yeah, where would be the best spot?
I'm
for me
looking
to
at
go
the
from
tracker. I'm looking at the tracker, and I think actually you just going to Pterodactyl Land and then Cloud Cuckoo Land might be the fastest.
Okay.
Unless you want to dip into Glitter Gulch Mine, but most of the checks left in there are kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to... Option...
So the lore behind the boss Terry is he is a grumpy divorced dad. Yes, actually. And when you beat him up, he shoots snot monsters at you to attack you.
Yep.
And they're like sentient or something.
Yep.
Or at least alive. It's a very weird fight.
I don't know
Little
why
googly eyes.
don't know why I left Hellfire Peaks.
I'm sorry, he just accused me of stealing his snot buddies. I don't like that. Hey, I two-cycled Terry. Let's go.
Nice.
So Terry changes phases based on the number of times you hit him with eggs. However, every egg does different damage. So if you do the fight without grenade eggs or ice eggs, the fight takes like exponentially longer. If you're doing it with grenade or with blue eggs, you get to hit him like 3 times, and then he phases, and then he comes back after the snots are dead, and then you do it again. And he's got like 25 health or something. I don't remember, but it takes a long time if you try and do it with blue eggs. So, and just like how I fought Mingy Jongo using grenade eggs as well, a lot of these fights can be done in a lot of different ways. Usually, you just need just an attack of any kind to damage them. The exception to this rule is the Dragon Brothers Threep just fought, where you have to use fire eggs on Chili Willy and you have to use ice eggs on Chili Billy. But because a lot of the fights can be defeated with just like an attack or two, sometimes we will wait before we fight the boss, because trying to fight the boss with a suboptimal moveset is just going to take longer. So it's better to like look for more moves while you're not quite in go mode yet, and then attack them when you have enough, when you have the moves. Chat, we are 10 notes away.
I was gonna say, what's our magic number again?
315, and I can go get the Quagmire silo.
Okay. I'm grabbing a couple of quick... Oh, there. I think that's
There's
it.
a treble clef.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, I'm going right over to it then. So you can head over to Targetsan.
Alright, get in there. That's go mode.
Yep.
Go mode before an hour is wild. We've also never seen that before.
I don't
This is
think we've
going to
ever
be
seen
a
that before.
record for us.
Yeah. We are, in fact, gaming?
Yeah, I said before this started that our estimate was going to be a lot lower, because our estimate was an hour and 40, but we've gotten so much better at this that I was thinking maybe an hour and 25 would probably be more accurate. We're going to get around an hour, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So there's the last progressive advanced egg gaming.
Just gaming too hard.
Yeah.
Good problem
This is
to
the
have.
second time this seed I've seen Jam Jars hit his head on his silo, by the way. It is a very low chance to happen.
Alrighty. Did
This
y'all
seed's got
know?
some.
Did y'all know that Banjo-Tooie has a first-person shooter mode?
Now, chat, if you're looking at this and you're like, this kind of feels like GoldenEye N64 version, that's because this is the exact same developers and they ported that exact same part of the engine into it.
Oh, sick. Even better, Threep has Dragon Kazooie?
Yeah.
For it? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see if I can race Threep to the boss, even though I'm starting way behind because I have to get back to MiaSchemes Temple. No, a slip trap! I'm being sabotaged! Threep is immune to traps while she's in there, except for the golden egg trap. But in first-person shooter mode, golden egg traps actually help you because they shoot really quickly.
Yep. The golden egg
However,
trap is actually supposed to be a power-up in the multiplayer mode of the game to give you like a rapid-fire mode, but it's utilized as a trap in the randomizer to basically like force you to not use your eggs, which, as you saw earlier in that boss fight, forced me to just kind of sit there and twiddle my thumbs a little bit.
Now, I know the whole Target Sands Temple area way better than Threep does. However, she's a gamer, so she might beat it before I get a chance to even get started. She's got 7 statues right now. You need 20 to be able to fight the boss.
So yeah, that first door is going to open up, and that would give you 8. So fun fact about this is you need 10 statues to get just the Jiggy in this level, in this section, and you need 20 to get the boss fight. And 2 doors will open, and regardless of what door you open, the first door you open will be the Jiggy.
The first door you enter.
The first door you enter will be the Jiggy, and then the second door you enter will be the actual boss fight.
It's even weirder than that. If you enter one, go, oh, I don't want the Jiggy, I want to go fight the boss. Leave that room and go enter the other one. That will also still just be the Jiggy.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm grabbing the checks. I don't really need to, but you know.
I made it in. I'm in the temple. See if I can do this quickly enough to stand a chance.
Are you doing targets in?
Trying. Ah.
Oh yeah, Terry's already
We have 3 bosses dead already, so yeah.
I forgot that Terry was already dead.
I'm racing you, even though you have a massive head start and are a gamer. I don't know if I'll be able to do this fast enough.
And you can see the difference between Dragon Kazooie and normal Kazooie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where am I? This way.
One more statue. Where would they be? I don't know. Let's go see.
Alright, I'm at 10.
Ah! Ah!
How hard could it be to find one statue?
Yeah,
I fell!
Yeah, look out.
So, the reason, like, one of the reasons why this whole, hey, what statue? One of the reasons why this whole mode is even in here is this was
I fell again!
This was added as a multiplayer mode, and you can tell because this is, like, one of the most deathmatchy looking maps of all time.
Yeah, this is just reskinned facility from GoldenEye.
Yeah.
I think it might almost literally be Alright, 15. I missed 5 somewhere.
I am heading into target, Sam.
No, I was supposed to have it already, so I missed 5 in my haste. Oh, I know where I missed them. Okay, we're good. We're good. This explains why I got confused at the start of this area.
But I'm also not good at the target Zan fight, so we will see how this goes.
Could go either way at this point.
The race is on.
So this is golden eggs. You can just have it on and fire.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. All right. There's my 20. But I still have to go collect the Jiggy.
Yeah, golden egg's pretty great. Apologies for the audio nightmare the audience, I'm assuming, is hearing right now.
All right, I'm finally starting the Targetsan fight. I'm way behind. Ah.
It's good egg ASMR.
Just the sound of the rapid fire and the cats screaming in pain. Like, this is just, like, actually, like... Yeah.
Oh, what more could you want?
Right. A cat. There it is.
Target's instead.
Very nice.
And time is in 3, 2, 1. Time.
GG.
Woo!
GG.
I'm being stomped mid-fight. I don't think I'll win. I need to get this. There we go. Got a nest so I can live.
Wow. Yeah. I don't think either of us expected us to be done that quickly, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's been Banjo-Tooie Randomizer. We had our special settings for only killing 4 bosses, but of course there are different ways you can kill more bosses than 4. You can complete all the mini games. You can go defeat the final boss. There's many different options. The Banjo-Tooie Randomizer is really cool. Has a really passionate team behind it, including my lovely girlfriend Mia.
Including me.
Yeah.
Hi. I've been working really hard.
If you liked this, or just liked hearing the sound of my voice, you can follow me on twitch.tv/threepup, where I play lots of games with my girlfriend Mia, but I also play lots of speedruns and just a whole lot of Kingdom Hearts 2. It's just a lot of Kingdom Hearts 2. It's all Kingdom Hearts 2, actually. But, Mia, where could they find you?
I don't stream nearly as much, but twitch.tv/MiaSchemes is a good place to find me. I'm also on Blue Sky, and I'm also on my Etsy shop. I sell dice, etsy.com/souldice.
Yeah.
How about you, Andromeda?
I am in and around on the internet, and that's probably the best way to leave it.
Which
I have a
vibes?
Blue Sky.
You'd love to hear it.
I'm around. I don't really stream. I might someday.
And how about you, Lumi?
So I'm RadiantLumina, and I'm trying to start streaming again soon, hopefully. I'm a randomizer player, and actually, next Thursday on Attract mode, I'm going to be playing Sonic Adventure 2 randomizer.
Very
Real excited for that.
Yeah, I think with that, I hope y'all enjoyed this Banjo-Tooie run, and we'll hand it back to our lovely host, Rena.
Why, thank you. And thank you all so much for stopping by. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. I wasn't expecting to be here for only an hour. I was expecting to be here a lot longer, but I am not complaining in the slightest. I do love to see some ladies gaming. It's what I'm here for. And I mean, it means I get back to my bed a little earlier, which is 0 complaints for me. A big round of applause for our performers today. It's been absolutely wonderful. Now, for our last bit of housekeeping, next time on Attract mode, you'll notice I didn't say anything. Because we're taking a small little break, because guess what's happening? That's right. It's time for Girls Go Fast. The marathon I had to drop out of because I'm feeling awful after my After my surgery, I couldn't perform. So unfortunately, you won't see me there, but you will see so many other fantastic performers there. So you should make sure to go check out Girls Go Fast tomorrow. They are supporting I Support Girls. And I mean, come on, who could say no to that, right? I mean, it's literally called I Support the Girls. I don't know if there's a downside there. Regardless, you should go on over to their Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Girls Go Fast, GORLS, which, in my opinion, that should be the correct spelling, but you know, it's a world we live in. And of course, make sure to go check that out. Make sure to go say hello and tell them I sent you. Now, we should be all but good for today. We are going to be heading out to raid our friend OK Neil. Looks like they're playing some Witcher today. So we're gonna go say hello, be kind, be wonderful. And of course, hopefully, we'll see you next time, which might take a little bit, but we will absolutely be seeing you next time. Thank you, everyone, and good night.